We're in the third year now of Sundance UK.
Yep.
And the lineup is in great shape. I'd say it's probably the best so far. What are your feelings about that from year one to now?
Well, I do think, what we've always tried to do here at Sundance London is put together a program that represents a nice cross-section of what we do in our Park City, Utah festival. And I think this year it's true to that. And I think why I do think it might be the best lineup yet is because we had, I think, our best lineup in 3 years in Park City as well. We felt it coming into the festival in January based on the submissions we'd seen and the lineup we put together. We thought it was an extraordinary year, kind of a banner year, and it played out that way in the festival. I think the critical response, the audience response was as high as it's been in a long time. And I think that sort of then that's carried through into what we were able to put together for Sundance London. And I think it's just indicative of where we're at right now in independent cinema. I think the accessibility to the tools to tell original stories and authentic stories is vast. I think even the funding sources to the people that have access to tell their stories, so through like Kickstarter and Indiegogo, these crowdsourced funding, it's opened up a whole new world for independent filmmakers, and given them the ability to stay true to their visions, totally uncompromised. Film forever it's always been an expensive medium to work in, and forever the money would come from sources that oftentimes would make filmmakers have to compromise their visions. And I think now we've got so many incredible original stories to choose from that I think our lineup, both in Park City and here, is as good as it's been in a long time.
So talk me through the process of how films make it over to the UK, because obviously you've got the logistics of a very short time period of just 3 nights. And then available talent and all the rest of it. So talk to me about the thinking and then the practicalities as well.
Yeah. For us, putting together the Sundance London lineup, there are some issues that come into play. Most of the films that we show in Park City have their world premiere there in January. Then from that time until April, when Sundance London happens, is actually a relatively short amount of time. And a lot of people are still figuring out their international plans and specifically their UK distribution plans. So there are some films also some films that are going to Cannes, and which requires an international premiere for film. So there's some films that we would have liked to have shown, like the film Whiplash is great, film Cold in July. There's a couple films that were there that we couldn't choose from, but luckily, out of the 120 features that we show at the festival, a number of them felt that Sundance London was a great opportunity for them to get exposure in the UK, both to help with the launch of their release. Films like Blue Ruin and Frank, Fruitvale Station are all getting theatrical distribution shortly after Sundance London. So it's great for us to be able to provide a platform for them to help launch out of. And then for other ones that haven't secured their UK distribution, I think it's a great way to prove that there's a UK audience for them, that people want to see these films, and then to see what that audience engagement is with these films, to maybe spark some buyer interest that maybe wasn't there before.